Welcome everyone to OnlyRoofers podcast. My name's Elizabeth and today we're going to be interviewing Ryan. This is my co-host Vince Lefton.
Still here.
Ryan, tell us a little bit. Okay, so for those of you who don't know Ryan's a really cool guy. He works with so many different roofers. He's been influencing and helping the roofing industry now for several years. Tell us a little bit about the best and the worst traits roofing companies have. Maybe some good, bad things you've seen out there. What's going on in the roofing industry?
Best and worst traits that roofers have.
Ones you see successful roofers that have traits you think that made them successful, and ones that maybe aren't doing the same kind of things that you feel like are hurting them.
I think it's pretty simple sometimes. The roofers that take care of the problems quickly, they stand by their work.
Right.
I think those are going to be the successful ones. Even if just from a production level standpoint, you have protocols in place to go take care of a quick repair or something that the crew might have missed,
right.
To make sure that customer is brought back to whole as quickly as possible. Everything else is going to work out, in my opinion. If you've got that down,
yeah,
everything else I think is going to.
So you
go
feel like
pretty well.
the good ones do that right, and the bad, the one I don't want to say bad, but like the ones that aren't doing that as well are having a tougher time.
They're looking for excuses not to go make things
Gotcha.
right.
We put a roof on. Have a nice day.
Yeah, and come on. I mean, if the roof just went on and there's already something wrong with it, and you're disinterested in getting that customer happy,
because you got your check.
You've already got a pretty, I think, greedy mindset. Yeah, I always say that there's three things that are downfall of roofers: either greedy, lazy, or bad at business, or a combination of all three.
Right.
So tell us a little bit about what's your favorite thing about the roofing industry.
My favorite thing about the roofing industry is that
Outside of Liz, of course.
Of course.
Just get that out of the way.
Yeah, well, I would say that my favorite thing is just the opportunity in this industry. It's very untapped.
Yeah.
It's tech light, in my opinion. Still, there's some great companies coming out of this industry. Company Cam being one of them. I think huge things that they're doing.
Shout out to Company Cam.
Yeah, shout out to Company Cam. And so many others. I think that there's a lot of money to be made in this industry. And I think that people outside of this industry are starting to take notice. I think a lot more of the entrepreneurial, business-minded folks out of,
In tech.
Yeah, well, not only in technology, but even just in roofing in general. There's
Gotcha.
a lot of money to be made.
Yeah.
I think it's a $40 billion a year industry.
It's more. It's the construction industry as a whole is 2.7 trillion, and the roofing sector is doing, I think, around like 70 billion a year.
Yeah. So I think actually 40 billion is restoration on roofs, and the other 30 is just retail, which is that's a massive opportunity.
Don't quote us on these numbers.
Yeah.
Well,
asterisks.
Yeah. But that being said, I think that anyone that's got the right mindset and sets the right goals, has the right plan in place, and the right contingencies to take care of the problems when they come up, it's hard not to be successful in this industry. That's what I love about it. Is that
That's true.
you can come in and you can have that second, sometimes third chance. Even there's how many folks do we know in this industry that started one company, didn't work out, started another company, and it was successful.
Yeah.
Right. Or partnerships split up.
Yeah.
It happens all the time.
Definitely.
I mean, probably more so in this industry than any other industry I've worked in, except maybe like service industry, like restaurants or something like that.
Right.
I think,
Food industry.
but tremendous opportunity.
Do you think it's like the forgotten child in the home service industry?
It can't be, because
I think it is. I think it is.
Or playing backseat to the
Yeah,
to
everybody
the
wants to
other
get their
things.
kitchen redone.
No, 'cause
but,
I can think about it.
Roof is leaking.
It's leaking, but like you
It's
think
like
about it, how often you thinking about your roof?
Yeah.
You're not thinking about
You
it
don't
until
see
it
it.
breaks on you. You know what I'm saying? You may not like your kitchen. You want to update that.
Yeah.
No one's like, I want to update my roof. It's perfectly fine. I want to drop 30 grand on my roof.
most people just wait until
it's
there's a
bad.
problem. There definitely needs to be a lot more. I think roof awareness, or at least understanding the lifespan of your roof and what to look out for. And
Do you think that here's my theory. I think it's because roofs are kind of scary because everyone is like, oh my God, that's like heights. And it's also the fourth most deadliest job is being a roofer.
Well,
It has the 4th highest death rate out of all the jobs out there.
Really?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Is the second your assistant?
My second is.
This is what happens when you put 3 people that know each other too well on a podcast.
My assistants love their job.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is true. But it took her a while to find one
Yeah.
that loved her.
You know what?
But I understand it.
How are you blacklisting me on my own podcast?
No, we're going to put you center stage one day. So.
You know, I'm taking the mic back. Anyways, what I think is that it's so scary to think about even going on your roof to become aware of it. And a lot of times, ignorance is bliss. So I think people prefer
Out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah,
It's my roof. I don't think about it.
People prefer to stay ignorant about a situation than to address it and become more aware, because once you bring aware, like, it's now in the back of your mind.
It's also, knowing about the problem sometimes is worse than just pretending the problem is non-existent or not even there. And I've had conversations with homeowners before, ma'am, you have wind damage on your roof. Well, no, my roof is fine. I literally can see shingles missing.
Yeah, but it's not leaking on her side, so she doesn't.
no, everything's fine.
As long as water ain't coming in, it's doing its job.
Fine. Okay, well, that's fine. And it could just be the thought in the back of their mind, it's going to cost me thousands of dollars to replace my roof. I don't want to think about that problem right now.
Yeah.
And think about what society just went through over the last 18 months with the pandemic. And everyone, how they're thinking about their money these days.
Think about that happened, and the service industry explodes because everyone's home thinking about their problems.
Yeah.
Right? Day to day, when there's no pandemic, service industry was having good years and everything like that, but they have crazy years. You're like, how are they having these crazy years? People want jobs, money, whatever, but it's exploding.
This year, on average, one of the reports that we ran was 18% of people said their business tanked, and 37% said their business exploded in the roofing industry. Only roofing contractors. We just did purchase one of these surveys reports. But that's insane to think that that COVID actually impacted our industry so big that 18% of people were went out of business. Done. So close to the high.
They
37 said boom.
They
best year ever.
weren't prepared. They didn't capitalize on the opportunity.
Correct.
I think they didn't
shift. They didn't pivot.
Exactly. Every problem in business is there's always a silver lining with an opportunity behind
100%.
it.
Yeah.
And it's how you perceive it, how you respond to it, that makes you. That's the difference between a successful business person in my mind and someone who's going to fail. Those 18%, they just weren't ready to either change, adapt.
And they may have been going out already.
All right, guys. Thank you so much, Ryan, for being here today. We appreciate your time. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate you all. Tune in for another episode.
Have a good day, guys.